The Zelthian colony on Kepler 442b had existed for 3,000 years in careful peace. They were gentle creatures, luminescent beings of pure thought and emotion, their existence measured in philosophical contemplation rather than conquest. Their elders had taught them a single lesson from childhood: fear the humans. They are violent. They are unpredictable. They are dangerous. When the human arrived, the colony's fear was justified. Captain David Harrison had crash-landed on Kepler 442b after his ship was damaged fleeing a pirate fleet. He was human, muscular, scarred, carrying weapons, radiating the kind of dangerous competence that made Zelthians instinctively retreat into their crystalline sanctuaries. The colony's eldest, Luminara, approached him cautiously. "You will leave our world." "Can't," Harrison replied flatly. "Ships destroyed. I'm stranded." What followed was 3 months of careful coexistence. Harrison didn't steal. Didn't hunt the native wildlife. Didn't exploit the colony's resources. He simply lived. He helped repair damaged structures. He taught the younger Zelthians basic engineering. He sat with the elders and listened to their stories without judgment or mockery. Slowly, their fear transformed into something else: curiosity. The children were fascinated by him. A human. A legendary dangerous species, living peacefully among them. They asked endless questions. What is your homeworld like? Why are you so strong? Do you really have to eat meat? Why do you fight when you could talk? Harrison answered each question with patient honesty. Then came the day everything changed. A meteor storm struck without warning, an atmospheric phenomenon the colony's sensors had failed to predict. The falling rocks were massive, burning, lethal. The impact site was directly above the crystalline sanctuaries where 3,000 children had gathered for the traditional gathering of minds. Zelthian adults began evacuating the young, but the collapse was happening too fast. Massive stone was falling from the sky like rain. Hundreds of children would die in the next minutes. Harrison saw the danger immediately. He understood what had to happen. "Get them out," he commanded, moving toward the sanctuary entrance. "What are you doing?" Luminara asked, sensing his intention. "What I have to." Harrison ran into the collapsing sanctuary alone. Around him, the sky was falling. Meteor impacts created showers of deadly debris. He positioned himself beneath the largest weakened section of the crystalline ceiling, a section that would kill everyone beneath it when it fell. He stood there, alone, waiting. The Zelthian children, hundreds of them, continued evacuating, herded by their parents toward safety. They didn't understand what was happening until the eldest child turned back and saw Harrison. The human was standing directly beneath the failing structure, his arms raised, bracing himself for impact. "No," the child cried out. "Move." Harrison didn't move. He had done the calculations in his head. The ceiling would collapse in approximately 90 seconds. The children needed 60 to reach safety. He could buy them those 30 seconds by absorbing the impact. His body might survive it. Probably wouldn't. But the gamble was acceptable mathematics. The ceiling fell. Thousands of kilograms of crystalline material crashed down directly onto Harrison. The impact was catastrophic. His body crumpled beneath the weight. Blood poured from wounds that no medic could repair. His bones shattered. His lungs collapsed. But he had bought them the time. The last of the children reached safety exactly 42 seconds after the impact. Harrison lay beneath the rubble, breathing shallowly, dying by increments. Luminara found him there, the eldest Zelthian moving through the destruction with desperate purpose. "Why?" she asked, her luminescence dimming with grief. "You were not of our species. Your people taught you to value your own survival above all else. Why did you die for us?" Harrison's voice was barely a whisper, "Because you're here. Because you're worth saving." Because some things matter more than survival. He died 3 minutes later, his hand still reaching toward Luminara's crystalline form, his last act one of connection to a species that his own kind had taught him to fear. The Zelthian colony mourned him for 40 days, a ritual reserved only for the most revered of their kind. They built a monument from the same crystalline material that had nearly killed him, inscribing a single phrase in human language. Here lies David Harrison. He taught us that the most dangerous species is also the most capable of love. For the first time in Zelthian history, they renamed a planet. Kepler 442b became Harrison's world, a monument to a human who had died to save creatures he'd just met. Years later, when Zelthian children asked about humans, the elders no longer taught them to fear. Instead, they told the story of Captain David Harrison, the dangerous species that could be gentle. The violent creature that chose sacrifice. The human who proved that courage knows no boundaries between worlds. And in that story, fear transformed into something far more powerful: hope. And respect. And love. Kindly like and subscribe channel. Thank you.